I came to the Episcopal Church because of communion. That's so important to me, and unfortunately the Methodists don't have it every Sunday, so that's the main reason I guess I'm at the Episcopal Church. I have Mohawk roots. My father was Mohawk and Oneida. My father died when I was 9, and he really didn't talk about his roots, and I was kind of angry at first when I found out that I was as much Native American as I was and that he had not told me more. But then I realized that in those days still there were residential schools and people my age were being taken. They didn't ask your parents, they just took you to residential schools. And so in my mind, I really feel that that was a protection. He changed his name to Ronaldo and we were Spanish. We went to a Seminole village, and I was so excited because I knew I was Native American. I was about 6 years old. And there were women cleaning a turtle, preparing it for soup. And someone in the crowd said, "Look how dirty they are." And that just put my Native Americanness underground. And it stayed there really until I was in session with my clinical pastoral education supervisor when I was in seminary. And she looked at me and she said, "You're Native American, aren't you?" And I'm about to cry now. And she was such a loving, kind person. And I, so I said, "I think I am." I knew I was, but I didn't know what to tell or how to tell it. And that was the beginning, really, of my journey of finding my roots. My brother, mother, and I went to Detroit the next year. The summer, I guess it was, and reconnected with my dad's side of the family. And that day, Native people, they just like to eat and enjoy, and that's what we did. I went back at least every year, sometimes 2 and 3 times a year, to the reserves and then to Ganajoholege, the traditional community I ended being in. And I was worshiping at Episcopal Church at the time, and I was sitting in church. And I had found out about this residential school, which was run by the Anglican Church in Canada. And I thought, how can this feed me spiritually, this Episcopal service? And look what they did to my people. I struggle with that. But I think the most important thing, the church has to acknowledge their sin, and it was a sin, and they've got to acknowledge it. We have something that opens every meeting that's going to be official, and that's called the Ahundagari Wadeka, the words that come before all other words, and it's the giving thanks. And that to me was the key for Native Americans is giving thanks. They give thanks for everything that Creator has given them. And I think that's, if there was one thing, it would be that, is the giving of thanks.